Good afternoon, everyone. Sounds like you're all enjoying your lunch and your table conversations, and we're glad about that. Hope you get a lot of networking in today as well. But we want to get the program started because I know a lot of you have to get back to work or other appointments. My name is Debbie Monterey, and I am the co-host of Total Information AM, and I'm also on with Charlie Brennan, so you can hear me on KMOX Radio from 6 to 10 every weekday morning. I'm also pleased to note that KMOX has been a growing global media sponsor since the very beginning of this event, and I actually have emceed, I believe, 9 of my 11 years here in St. Louis, so it's become a tradition for me as well. Thanks. I really do view this as a very important annual opportunity to celebrate St. Louis's global progression. Now, as you may know, in recent weeks, the world has really come to view St. Louis for some altogether different reasons, namely Ferguson. I'm not sure St. Louis has ever been mentioned quite as much in recent times as it's been in the last couple of months. And I've certainly talked about Ferguson a lot on KMOX, on Donnybrook, on STL TV, at parties, at soccer practice, at the post office. I'm sure you've all had the same experience. But as horrible as those events were to watch unfold on national television, I hope that you'll all agree with me that it's also a great opportunity. Already we see people talking, really talking about race, about fairness, about opportunities in a way that I haven't heard before. And we've also seen the business community really rally around Ferguson, not only to help the businesses that were impacted by the rioting, but also to help bring new jobs to the area. And I hope that that momentum that's been created continues so that at this time next year, we can talk about some more great examples of partnerships and successes, not just in North County, but in our entire region. Well, before we get started with today's program, I would like to acknowledge some of the very special people and sponsors who made today's luncheon possible. First, let's recognize the World Trade Center St. Louis's Board of Directors. Now, each of the board members is listed in your program, which you may have just shoved underneath your seat when you went to sit down, but at some point today, please make a point of looking at the program and looking over the directors and sponsors. There are 17 of our board members, and since our time is limited, I would just ask that the board members, could you all just stand up so we can give you a round of applause and thank you for your commitment? I would also like to take a moment and recognize that in addition to our honored keynote speaker, who's been mentioned already this morning, we have a number of special people with us today, including Mr. Donnie Jack, Scottish Affairs Counselor for the Americas. Thank you for being here. You can actually hear him later this afternoon on KMOX. Mr. Adriana Supandi, Consul General for the Republic of Indonesia in Chicago. Also with us, Mr. Stephen Bridges, British Consul General in Chicago. And someone I know you all are familiar with, retired U.S. Senator Kit Bond. As well as former Missouri Governor Bob Holden. Also with us today is Miss Bella Hoyle, who is the Executive Vice President of the World Trade Centers Association in New York. Now, we're also proud to host with Peabody Energy a group of top students, faculty, and the principal of McClure South Berkeley High School today. And this group of young, bright minds has had a chance to meet privately with the ambassador before today's luncheon. So thank you all for being with us today as well. Now, each year, Growing Global attracts an ever-expanding roster of sponsors, and this year, the World Trade Center St. Louis is grateful for the support of our leading companies that really help to make this event bigger and better every year. As it was said at the beginning, this is a room-busting crowd. We are full to the rafters. So we are sold out, and that is always a wonderful example of how well the World Trade Center St. Louis is doing. And this year, growing global sponsors include our global sponsor, HSBC, our international sponsors, America's Central Port, Anheuser-Busch Companies, BKD, Boeing, Bryan Cave, the Clark Fox Family Foundation, CBiz, Edward Jones, Emerson, Energizer, Kit Bond Strategies, Monsanto, Peabody Energy, Polsinelli, Sigma Aldrich, St. Louis Economic Development Partnership, University of Missouri St. Louis, and the University of Missouri Columbia. Our domestic sponsors, AAA Translation, ACI Plastics, Midwest Cargo Hub Commission, Nestle Purina, UMB Bank, RGA, St. Louis Regional Chamber, and Washington University. Our media, civic, and in-kind sponsors, the St. Louis Business Journal, KMOX, the Voice of St. Louis, the Boeing Institute of International Business at St. Louis University, the City of St. Louis, and St. Louis County. Okay, so those of you who were here last year may remember that we did a little giveaway, which was really fun and special. So we're going to do it again. We have a pair of tickets from Southwest Airlines. They have generously donated a pair of tickets to any destination, the destination of your choice. Now, you had a hat on your chair when you came in. So if you pull out your Rawlings China National Team baseball hat, check to see if there's a Southwest Airlines card tucked within the band of your baseball hat. And if you have that, please jump up and yell loudly and we'll find you. Who's got it? Who am I going on vacation with? Oh, I think we have a winner. All right. Just raise that hat up and someone from World Trade Center will be over. I was going to say, wouldn't that be weird if it was under the one empty seat? All right, well, congratulations and thanks to Southwest for that. And also thanks to Southwest for this week. They launched their first direct flight from St. Louis to San Francisco, which is certainly going to be a big help to many of the companies here in St. Louis. We have many, many more people that I did not mention yet who are responsible and have made contributions to today's success. Again, I'm going to reference that program that might be located underneath your seat. Make sure you take that with you and just give it a look because we want to make sure that all of our sponsors are appreciated for the great work that they do. I'm now pleased to introduce to you someone that most of you know as well. He is the Executive Director of World Trade Center St. Louis. Please join me in giving a warm St. Louis welcome to Tim Nowak.
Thank you, Debbie, for the introduction and your thoughtful and certainly timely remarks as well. I also want to take a moment here and properly acknowledge and thank Charlie Dooley for his tremendous support of our work during his 11 years as county executive. Time and again, when asked, he never turned down a request to meet with a visiting international delegation, not once. He has traveled with me on more than one occasion, opening the doors and connections for St. Louis businesses in foreign markets. And he has made the case to foreign investors, promoting St. Louis as a destination for business investment. I recall one such company, German-based Schott Decor. Schott Decor manufactures decorative surfaces for the furniture and flooring industries. In 2011, they finished construction of their manufacturing plant out near Riverport. Since then, they have doubled their investment in land and production capacity in St. Louis. Schott Decor ultimately chose St. Louis for a number of reasons, but in the words of their general manager, Tom Drazen, they would not be here were it not for the personal connection Mr. Dooley made with Mr. Schott during their initial site visit back in 2007. Now, representatives from Schott Decor are with us this afternoon to join me and others in congratulating you, Mr. Dooley, on your upcoming retirement, and thank you for your contributions in building St. Louis's international profile. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Very much deserved. Since 1998, Growing Global has given our international business community the annual opportunity to reconnect and orient ourselves in a global mindset. Today, it gives us a chance to reorient. We have seen great successes this year. Some we will honor later today. And we have seen great challenges. In recent weeks, our region has experienced tragedy, and the world has watched from afar. We have important issues to deal with in this community, and we have an opportunity to emerge from these challenges stronger and more unified. I think Denny Coleman, the CEO of the St. Louis Economic Development Partnership, put it best last week at the partnership's annual luncheon. Our national and international image is tarnished. Some are pushing us to launch positive marketing and public relation campaigns to combat what the world witnessed live on CNN and BBC. Now, there will be a time for that, but it is not now. At the right time, we will communicate our message that St. Louis is that diverse, welcoming, global partner. In the meantime, we have work to do. And the international strategies that we employ in this work will be more important than ever. We see where the world is headed. Cities around the globe have become the centers of economic activity. Competition is no longer our state neighbors to the south or to the east. Our competition is a growing class of cities in emerging markets around the globe, including the south and east. Asia, that is. I had the unique opportunity to spend 6 weeks in Southeast Asia this past spring as a part of my Eisenhower Fellowship. I met with government, academic, and business leaders. I spent time with the people in Jakarta and Kuala Lumpur, in Hong Kong and Penang. I saw firsthand the incredible pace of development and the aspirations of people everywhere to engage and be a part of the conversation across borders and cultures. I went with a commitment to listen and learn. I came home with a realization we can and should be doing more. St. Louis cannot be complacent. Our choice, for the sake of our future, is to be competitive in this global reality. One such choice we are making today. With the support of many influential leaders, St. Louis will apply for inclusion in Brookings Institute Global Cities Initiative. Launched in 2012, the Global Cities Initiative is a 5-year project of Brookings and J.P. Morgan Chase aimed at helping business leaders of key cities strengthen their regional economies by becoming more competitive in the global marketplace. Global Cities will provide the toolkit and support for St. Louis to develop, for the first time, integrated export and foreign direct investment strategies. This is very much a data-driven and market assessment process. The ultimate goal is to foster a network of cities around the world that are deepening their global trade relationships and positioning themselves for high-quality growth and competitiveness in the 21st century economy. Our region already has many of the key ingredients for success: world-class industries, an educated workforce, an ethic of innovation, and through the Mosaic Project, a groundbreaking immigration strategy that many other cities are now trying to emulate. We've seen firsthand this year the positive results an international presence can yield. In June, German-based KWS launched their Gateway Research Center on the campus of the Donald Danforth Plant Science Center, and is already engaged in building their team, hiring researchers and support staff. And today, Mosaic officially launches its global talent hiring program. This is a one-of-a-kind partnership between local universities and corporate partners to retain more of the 9,000 students that are right here in St. Louis, 9,000 international students currently studying here. Corporations can become silver or gold level Mosaic employers by participating in the hiring process of these international students. Global cities will give us one more powerful tool to strategically align these and other assets, to build consensus and develop a coordinated international agenda. Our region is strong. It is diverse. It is international in flavor and focus. But like many other communities, we face economic challenges that are both structural and cyclical in nature. The job before us, indeed before us all, is to enhance the economic opportunity across the spectrums of race and rank that will ultimately reverse any trends of inequality. While not the only ingredient to a long-term solution, effective and coordinated international strategies will position St. Louis among the more globally minded and economically competitive regions in the United States. The eyes of the world have been drawn to us. We now have an opportunity to reorient and work for a better tomorrow. Together, we will define how the world sees St. Louis. Thank you.